you're going to die. Oh, no, I mean, not now.
Good.
But I was just thinking, you are going to die at some point.
Well, yeah, hopefully.
And when you do, we're not married. So somebody else will get all your stuff.
Oh. Does that mean when you die, somebody else will get all of your stuff?
And if we both die,
Yeah.
then the government will get Mr. Fluff.
Oh, the government's not ready for Mr. Fluff.
We need to sort this out.
We do.
So, there's two ways we can do this.
Okay.
One, we can get married. Okay, maybe we're not ready for that. Or two, we can get it down in writing and do the sensible, adult, legal thing and make our last wills and testaments. Yeah, I know, look, I know. It's lawyers, it's legal, there's paperwork, it's stuff. But we could do it DIY.
Project?
A project?
Yes!
Let's do it! Well, here we are at the nerve centre. And I have to say something before I start. I hope it's blatantly obvious by now, but if you've not been paying attention, I am not a lawyer. Don't take anything that I'm about to say as being in any way legal advice or any sort of encouragement for you to do this by yourself. In England, wills are governed by the Wills Act of 1837, which states, effectively, that a will must be in writing and witnessed. There's nothing at all about what it must be written on or how it must be presented, and that's where we come in. Because there's a long, fascinating history of people writing wills on unusual things. Napkins, the back of photos, in a cookery book. What we're doing is called, technically, a holographic will, which is a lot fancier than it sounds. Essentially, holographic just means we're writing it by hand. That means that I'm going to get the wording for the will off the internet. Don't do this. Then I'm going to rewrite it all by hand onto a single continuous scroll without making any mistakes. And worst of all, I'm going to have to do it so it's legible. About that long, at least. I'm not afraid to document my mistakes. I thought I had enough paper. I don't. So I don't have an option. I'm going to have to cut more paper and do it all again.
My hands are killing me. I completely underestimated quite how long that would take me.
That is the sad stub of rubber that is left after doing this monstrosity.
Right. Everything I own is now yours.
Well, everything I own is now yours.
Well, sure, but nearly.
What do you mean, nearly?
Well, these aren't legal until we've signed them and had them witnessed by 2 people.
But we don't have any friends.
Well, we need to make friends then. We need to make Gothic friends. Where are we going to find Goths at this time of year?
Well, the Halloween aisle in Tesco, obviously.
No, I mean, we need lots of Goths. A congregation of Goths.
A murmur of Goths?
A rustle?
A susurration of Goths.
Yes, but never mind what they're called. Where are we going to find them?
Whitby Goth Weekend! Let's go.
Let's go. Right.
Just, if you take that.
And that's when things started going wrong. For a start, we locked our keys in the car and had to wait hours for a locksmith to come and help us. That meant we were 5 hours behind schedule and drove in the pitch black through the night, following this van all the way to Whitby.
Yay! Whitby!
Yes, indeed, we did get to Whitby, eventually. Drove around the streets looking for a place to park until we found one.
We made it!
I made it.
You made it. You did a thing.
But we hadn't made it yet. It took another half hour to find our hotel down a side street, unmarked, unlabelled, unfindable on maps. I was not impressed. There we go. In all your gorgeousness.
Breakfast? Breakfast.
It was a good breakfast, but it was still raining. But the Goths of the world are no strangers to drab and dreary, and Whitby welcomes us with displays in every shop. Dogs in the windows smile at us. The cakes are Halloween themed and plentiful. Skeletons in every window. And then the market. Oh, the market. Emporia, purveyors of bat towels and bat chocolates and awesome long coats. Hats and roses and skulls and unicorns and dragons and carnivorous plants and things made out of bones and skulls. And all too soon it was time for us to leave because we had wills to sign. So this is where it's all happening. The little angel. You'll meet Cliff in a moment. When we reached out on social media looking for a place to do this whole harebrained scheme, he offered us a space while he was DJing. The pub was absolutely rammed. Absolutely jam-packed. But we set up, I took orders, and then it was showtime.
We've got 2 people by the name of Laura and Matt, and they're signing their deaths away to each other on these beautiful handwritten scrolls. They're actually going to be signed and witnessed, so they're sort of legal. They actually said they'll never get married, so they don't have to sort their married life out, but they definitely want to sort their afterlife out. So.
Well, we thought we'd do something a little bit gothic tonight. And what is more gothic than signing our wills, our last wills and testaments? We've decided we're never going to get married. We spent enough time in lockdown and we didn't kill each other. So we thought that when it does eventually happen, we're going to make it each other's problems. So this is legal. It is honestly a completely legal
11 feet long.
last will and testament. We're going to sign these. Honestly, this is cheaper than getting married. And a lot cheaper than getting divorced. Ask me how I know. We'll do the signing to a soundtrack. Thank you very much, guys.
Ah, Goths. They love a good show. Admittedly, 4 people signing 2 pieces of paper isn't the most exciting thing we've ever done on stage. But it does take a very special kind of person to agree to get involved in this kind of harebrained scheme. These lovely people are Nadia and Opal. You can disregard what we said earlier. We do have friends, but even so, it's not everyone who will say yes when you meet them at a party in a graveyard and ask them to sign your wills. True story. Like the story of the Canadian farmer who scratched his last will and testament into the fender of the tractor he was trapped underneath as he lay dying. And that was also legal.
I am now yours. In fact, everything I own is now yours.
That's better! That's much better!
You're gonna have to deal with it when I'm dead.
Oh no! That's worse!
Love you too. And just like that, it was over.
Thank you so much, you guys.
What?
I'm going to get Laura this on the microphone, and if you'd just like to give us your attention for 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen.
This is nothing. I know nothing of this.
Hello, Whitby. Hello, my darling. Well, now that we have our deaths sorted together, I wanted to ask you a question.
Oh dear God.
Will you fit in this tiny urn when the time comes? If I cremate you good enough?
If you cremate me and make something cool with me, yes.
Yes?
I do.
You do.
I do,
see.
I will. Yes.
I think you better open it and make sure there's space in there.
Okay.
So we're dancing now, aren't we?
Oh no, it's tiny and it's got tiny bats in it.
1,000 tiny bats for you, my love.
It has tiny bat glitter.
Everywhere. Read it out for the audience, my darling.
I knew these were void from the start. P.S. Love you 1,000 bats. Well, clearly, that didn't go according to plan, did it? So there's obviously a whole lot of stuff that happened after that, and apparently a lot of stuff that happened before that I knew nothing about. So I'm going to let Lara tell you that story in the next episode. In the meantime, if you have enjoyed watching this, do like, subscribe and leave a comment below, and you will see Lara next time on Drowning in Scissors.